This is my video for our final for Urban 3, and I can't even really explain how I feel like I've grown over the course of even just this semester in-house. And at first I was like, oh shit, we have to make a video, and then now that I'm making it, it's actually a lot easier for me than talking about how I've changed or writing a paper about how I've changed. So it's actually really nice to be able to just show. So enjoy my video.
Alright, G, let's go. Come on. It's time to get busy now. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. There you go. Alright. Okay.
I think that even though we don't feel like we progress that much, we see it in each other, and I would hope that everybody sees in me my progression, even though sometimes I don't see it myself. Over the course of this semester, I was really affected by the voice section that we did, and not just like how to use our voice in different ways, but specifically like the beatboxing lesson we did with David, and how we, well, I mean, I guess I observed a lot of spoken word on my own, but I was really influenced by that as well. And I think that I really like using my voice, even though I say that I don't. I guess it comes out a lot in the pieces that I make. So I think I've been really affected by it, in that I really enjoy beatboxing now, just like leisurely, and I'm starting to write poems as spoken word poems, because I just really am so interested in how voice inflection how that can shape meaning of a poem, and how it can affect the audience, as well as the content of the poem and how that is said. So I guess that is one of the major ways that I've been affected this semester. And I'm really like heavily influenced by phonetic spit, so I included a clip that he spoke at Cyphers, and it's amazing. So here it is.
That I ever read for you. How I told you that I wrote it for you before we ever even met. My call and response with the universe demanded what my mama always said I deserved. That real type love. That I never thought I would say this, but girl, I want you to be my one and only type love. You remember that poem? Yeah, well, this ain't that poem. 1. So I finally figured it out that when you said forever, what you actually meant was 414 days, 13 hours, and 25 seconds. 2, you wasted my time. 3, will somebody please tell Facebook? I don't care how many mutual friends we share. No, I do not want to be her friend. Not now, not later, not ever. 4, my bedroom still smells like the love we used to share. So last night I tried to replace that scent, but in the morning, my bedroom now reeked of 2 mistakes instead of 1. 5, I apologize to all of those who've been caught in the crossfire by misery. 6, if I could, I would burn every last image of your face from the inside of my eyelids, you beautiful nightmare. 7, they say time heals all wounds. 8, the batteries in all my watches seem to be dead. 10, Yeah, I know I skipped 9 because 9 is your lucky number and there ain't nothing lucky about you. 10, I never thought I would hate you. 10, yo, I hate you. 10, I wish I never met you. 10, why can't I forget you? 10, I wish I never met you. 10, I'm having a hard time moving on. So I'll just go backwards. 9, in a conversation with my grandmother, I was reminded that God is love and love doesn't make mistakes, but sometimes people do. 8, holding on to anger is like picking up a hot coal and throwing it at the one you despise, but missing them, you are the only one left burning. 7, I got all new batteries for my watches. 6, I feel the endless days of summer becoming shorter, these leaves of anger becoming harder, preparing for fall. 5, I finally figured out how to block you from my Facebook. It's nothing personal though, it's just still kind of hard to see you smiling without me, but I'm glad that you found someone to make you smile. 4, my bedroom is now a very lonely place, which means I have a lot of extra time on my hands. 3, so I watched this fascinating video the other night of a caterpillar being born and spinning itself into a cocoon only to be reborn again as a butterfly. 2, maybe in another lifetime, we'll be butterflies. 1, so it's been about 414 days, 13 hours, and 25 seconds since we last saw eye to eye. And I heard that it takes twice the time that you are with someone to completely move on, so I guess I still got about 414 days, 13 hours, and 25 seconds to go, but I no longer feel like it's a waste of my time because the scars that we made will forever make me a better man. Thank you, Cyphers. Appreciate you.
This poem is called I Hate Reading Nonfiction. Books are hard. They hold a lot between the edges, thousands of words of value, narrative, emotion. The good thing about books is that you can keep them forever, returning over and over to them, reread, remember. The bad thing about books is you can keep them forever, returning over and over to them, reread, remember. I don't own that many books, but sometimes I look at the ones I have and think about rereading them. Because it's like, what if the story is different this time? What if the pages begin to reflect the melody of a beautiful story instead of screaming the old words and instances of neglect, distraction, lies? You can't blame me for hoping this time around, but sometimes I wonder if it was wise of me to open our book and dust off the pages. Freedom in the cipher. Voluntary freestyle in the cipher. Something that I have grown way more comfortable to this semester in relation to even last semester. Used to be a wuss, now I'm not. Here's a little clip. I love ciphers, and even when I don't go in them, but I go in them a lot now. Story of my life this semester in one sentence. Here we go. I really, 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 really want a B-girl name. become more influenced as far as breaking goes in the fall semester, but I think that I kind of started a new chapter for myself with it this semester, and that's referring to my own practice in it and how I have trained myself in it this semester without always being in class with house. In the fall semester, I obviously had urban with him, and that was a whole semester of like breaking with him, and that really like relit my fire as far as breaking goes. But this semester, since I didn't have him as a teacher for that, it was interesting for me because I guess I had to really dig inside and figure out how much I want to be a B girl and how much I want this for myself. And sometimes it was difficult, but I think that it benefited me to not have house this semester in urban. And it was like a double plus for me because not having house, I was able to push myself that much more in breaking, so that I could advance for when I get to train with him again. But then also, I got to have that class time with Britt to advance my house skills, which is something that I also really want to work on. And so it's kind of like been really awesome in that sense because while I'm getting like in-person instruction about house dance from Britt, I am able to take what I learned from house last semester and advance on my breaking on my own. And so I kind of like hit a really big mark this semester because I was able to just figure out how much I really want this and how much breaking and just urban culture really means to me. And I think this semester has been a semester where I really figured out that this is something I want to do for the rest of my life. It's something I want to be involved in, and it's the kind of community I want to be involved in. So for that, I can really like tribute House and Britt because if I wasn't even introduced to this, I wouldn't be training as a B girl right now. I wouldn't be training as a house dancer, and I wouldn't even if it wasn't for even the semester structure, the way it is, how you guys switched off. If it wasn't even for that, I don't think I would be in the mindset that I am right now as far as training myself. So yeah, it was a really big step for me this semester with that. So urban is like everything to me. Like everything. Like I don't even know who I would be right now if I had never taken urban.